Well, good morning, Jodie.
Good morning, Karen. How are you?
I am great, and I'm really excited, and thank you very much for joining us today. The Savvy customers are really keen to hear all about your rosés and your wine, so I appreciate your time today.
Yeah, perfect. Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
Looking
so
forward to
Jodie,
chatting about it.
yeah. So Jodie is the co-owner of 2027 Cellars, and today we're going to talk about actually two wineries and two rosés. But why don't we start with talking about 2027 Cellars? What's it all about? How did it come about?
Yeah, perfect. So my husband and I started the winery. My husband's the winemaker, and we started the winery back in 2007. We started just doing about 150 cases of Riesling, and we made the wine out of Featherstone Estate Winery. And we kind of considered ourselves a virtual winery, which kind of meant to us that we didn't have any bricks and mortar of building. We just had could sell our wine sort of online and to restaurants and to the LCBO. So then we continued to do that for a number of years. And then in 2020, actually right as the pandemic was hitting, we were able to get our retail license. So Kevin spent a while trying to convince the powers that be that we could have two retail licenses at Callmus Estate Winery. So we have two wineries located under one building here. And we were able to open our retail store officially in April/June of 2020. And once the lockdown was finished, we opened up.
What timing?
Yeah. Yeah.
And since then, you've got some exciting news, I hear.
Yeah, just at the beginning of this year, Kevin was actually brought on to be the winemaker at Redtail Vineyards in Prince Edward County. So he's doing that now too, and I'm helping him out a little bit, but he's kind of running the ship over there now.
Okay, well, that's going to be a little bit of travel back and forth because you're in Niagara.
That's right. He's on his way there right now as we speak.
Oh, is he? Well, that's exciting. And I would love to talk about some of the wines, both from 2027 Cellars and Redtail. And I understand you've got a rosé from each to show us today.
Yeah. So this is the 2027 Cellars rosé.
Love it.
It's made from Gamay. And it's actually the Foxcroft, the Wismer Vineyard Foxcroft block. So it's on the 20 Mile Bench. It's a lovely vineyard. We actually pull a number of our wines from there. Yeah, we just do a short maceration with the Gamay on the skins. So we get that nice pale color. And then we go ahead and ferment it like a white wine.
Looks beautiful. And that is a well-known, sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. Yeah, we ferment it dry. So it's actually quite a lovely, dry, sort of Provençal style rosé.
Lovely. And I like that it's from that very specific vineyard. It's a well-known vineyard as well.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, it's a great vineyard. And Kevin loves it for the Chardonnays. We've actually did a Cab Franc from there in 2020. But yeah, and this is a 2021 rosé, which was a cooler year, but it actually turned out really lovely for the Gamay. The alcohol is not too high, and the sugars weren't that high at harvest, so it's turned out to be quite lovely.
Yeah, that's nice for rosé. It's nice to have it a little crisper and maybe not quite so ripe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Fantastic. And do you have, I don't know if you have a bottle of it, but we chat about the Redtail.
I do. Yeah. So this is the Redtail. Can you see the label there?
Yeah.
It's a beautiful, I got to comment on the label. It's a beautiful label that they've done. It's got the gradient color on the label, very summer, sort of, spring-like, very inviting.
Yeah.
So this is actually from Gamay as well. This is actually a 2020 vintage on this rosé, and this is from the Niagara Peninsula. So this is not county grapes.
Oh, okay.
But it's made in a similar fashion. It's got a little longer skin contact, and then it's again treated like a white wine with just that little bit of color in it. And this one does have a little bit of residual sugar, so it's kind of nice. They're kind of two different styles. It's definitely not sweet by any stretch, but it's very, it's definitely just a little off dry, kind of balancing all the acidity in it and stuff.
Yeah, oh, that's fantastic. I'm excited to try them both.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
actually, I think we're going to get to see you soon, aren't we?
yeah, actually, it'll be Kevin. Kevin's coming up on Thursday,
Okay.
and he's looking forward to pouring for everybody and having a good time. He's also looking forward to getting back to a nice live event. So we're very excited about it.
Yeah, we are as well. It's our first Savvy event since the beginning of the pandemic. So we and the customers are all excited. And yeah, it's going to be great to have Kevin here with us. So that's wonderful.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, he's looking forward to it.
All right. Well, thanks very much. Appreciate your time today and to talk about rosé.